What's going on, everybody? I'm back. Man, it's been a long week and a half, man. Almost 2 weeks now, I think, right? Nah, a week and a half. We got moved into the new house, and we're doing good, man. Got a lot going on. My business is kicking. It's starting out, you know. I'm uh, I'm real happy at the way everything's working out. It's tough though, it's tough having kids, and my wife isn't she's not always 100% interested in what I got going on, but that'll be all right. You I ended up getting an investor, which was awesome. I'm very appreciative of that. So anyway, I got moved in, and we still got a little bit of more unpacking to do, but we're getting there. And I figured it was time for episode 2 of Reality in 3D. So here I am. Man, life, huh? It's a big old bitch. But I'll tell you what, if you can get through what I've gotten through in my life and still come on the other side of it, man, I'm not perfect. All right? I am so fucking far from perfect. It's ridiculous. I don't even know what perfect is, I guess it's everybody else in society that claims to be the right way or whatever, but it's definitely not me, for sure. I don't even know. I was never raised and taught how to do the things I guess you're supposed to do, quote unquote. I just kind of figured it out on my own and took what I could from people around me. And I guess that probably wasn't really a good idea because I've had a really rough road, you know. But that being said, 35 years old, my wife and I just bought our first house. I've got 2 Grand Jeep Cherokees that are paid for. I just started my own business. So my point is, you can't ever give up, man. You always got to keep your head up. You always got to grind through it. No matter how bad you think it is, it's really not that bad, you know. And I can tell you this from dealing with it in my own experience with my father killing himself when I was 16. Suicide is never the option. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care how bad you feel. I don't care how bad you think the problems that you have are. They're never that bad. Okay? They're never bad enough to end your fucking life. You know what I mean? To me, I think that's kind of a weak way out. Because, you were just too weak to deal with it. And so you just check out and end it. And it's very selfish if you think, think about the people who care about you. And even, I hear people say, oh, I got nobody that cares about me. Come on, man, get off the gas. All right? There's somebody somewhere that gives a shit. I promise. Even if you haven't met them yet, and I know that might not make a whole lot of sense, but it's true. Even if you haven't met them yet, there's somebody that gives a shit about you. And later on in life, you're going to meet them and they're going to care. And if you're in a situation where you have your wife or kids or mother or dad or uncles, friends, they give a shit about you. And for you just to check out like that is just, it's not the way. I don't care how bad it is. And I've been there, man. All right. I have been there in some fucking garbage situations. The worst you could ever think of it to be. And then when it gets as bad as you think, and you're like, God, this is the worst I could ever. With me, that's when I start looking up because the anvil's going to drop on my fucking head and things are going to get even worse. So, keep your head up. Life's not that bad. Smile more. Be positive, and maybe your life will get positive. I know, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be smoking on the podcast or I had somebody say, that's not a podcast, it's a vlog. Alright, well, I shouldn't have been smoking on the vlog. But you know what? I ain't changing the name. Just straight up and let everybody know that even if this isn't a podcast, even if this is just a vlog, this is Reality in 3D podcast with Kevin. What's up? So Reality in 3D, man. One thing I want to do with this channel, aside from I do want to get more into family vlogging. I like the trend that's going on right now on YouTube. They got a lot of families where moms and dads and their kids and they're all getting on and doing their vlog thing, and I really enjoy that because I have kids and they like YouTube, and it's hard, man. It's hard to get on there because the content's just not really geared towards kids, But the reason I created Reality in 3D podcast with Kevin is because I wanted to show you my life, I wanted, like I said before, man, I have been through it. I mean, through it. Addiction, family suicide, growing up poor, being ripped away from other family, And like I said, as soon as it gets as bad as you think it's gonna be, like this is the worst nightmare situation, something more fucked up will happen right on top of it. Or multiple more fucked up things will happen right on top of it. And, here I still stand. And there's something to be said for that. There's no real direct subject line to this vlog. Podcast. I'm going to call it a podcast because I named it a podcast and I like it podcast. So that's it. It's just reality, man. It's my reality, and I want to show it. I want to talk to the world and let them know, let y'all know, whoever's watching this thing, this is what my life is like. No sugarcoating, no fucking bullshit, just straight up. This is what it is. All right. And I'm the king of fucking bullshit. I'll be the first one to say. Something happened to me when I was 16, and I've gotten better, okay? I'm working on it. I don't want to be a bullshitter. And it wasn't that I didn't give a shit, That's really what happened. 16 years old, after having a really rough childhood, at 16, my dad killed himself. And even worse, I walked in and found him on the ground after he had killed himself. What that does to the psyche to a 16-year-old, just walking in and finding someone dead like down the floor, let alone be someone that I loved, like my father. And he was more than my dad. He was my best friend. He was everything to me at that point and moment in my life. And it hurt. Hurt isn't even, there's not even a word I can think of that describes the misery and the loneliness and the destruction that I felt into my chest, man. So bullshitting was like a facade, right? Like I started to get to the point to where I would never let anybody in. I would fucking flip stories and just block everyone out. If you didn't know, my philosophy was, and my thought process was, is if you didn't know who I was, you didn't really know me, and you didn't really know the facts of the truth of the situation, then you couldn't get to me anymore. And boy, was I wrong. I was not right at all. So now, 35 years old, I've learned that, and I'm changing it. Okay? Honesty is the best policy. It's my new philosophy. And better things happen when you're honest. Better things happen when you're positive. Better things happen when you're real. You know, when you get rid of that facade, when you get rid of that fucking bullshit, when you do let people in. Are you going to get hurt again? You're fucking right, you will. Get ready. Because somebody you let in is going to stomp your shit into the ground again. But that's only 1% of it. You know what I mean? The other 99% of the time, and the 99% of the people you let in, it's going to be bliss. Because it's true. And you're being true. And you're really opening up to people. And you're really letting them in. You know, and I didn't realize that. And I'm fucking 35 years old. I'm just now realizing that. You know? And it's something we all need to work on, I think. I think the whole world, I mean, even the people that are over the top, the honest ones, they still, you know, over-exaggerate or whatever. And we just gotta stop. We just gotta stop. You know, this whole deal with us thinking or trying to make life seem that it is something that it's not has to stop. You know? And I'm guilty of it still, you know. I'm guilty of it too. You tell your kids, oh, Santa Claus, and you look, I'm even saying it quiet because I don't want them to hear. The Easter Bunny, and Tooth Fairy's coming. But why do we do these things? Why do we create liars, right? I'm teaching my child it's okay to bullshit. Is that right? Because I don't feel like it is. I don't feel like it's the thing to do, you know? But I can't backtrack now. I'll break their little hearts and they don't deserve that, right? And I think that's it. That's maybe why we do it, because we want to create that imagination. We want to create that whimsical. But to me, it's defeat in a way, because when the truth comes out later on, do they just look like... they were full of shit the whole time? Like it was, like, I don't know. I'm ranting. So anyway, I can't do anything about that. Because I'm not going to break my kid's heart. They love it. I got to shave. But for everyone else in the world, if you want to take the time to jump on a 35-year-old man's vlog and get some reality, you're going to get it in 3D. I'll give it. So we're all moved in. This is a new place. I know. It's still a work in progress. But it's mine. Out of long 18 years almost of paying rent. I'm finally paying my own bills now, not someone else's. And it's a powerful thing. You know. And since we're all moved in and all that, I'm going to start laying it out. I want to start doing a vlog a day, maybe a couple vlogs a day. I have to be honest, because that's kind of the point of this podcast. My wife, she says to me after watching my first video, episode 1, and she says, man, I really liked it, babe. I really like that you got that real. But what about your company, right? What about the fact that you're opening your own company and people are going to find out that you were an addict? Or, you know what? Let me tell you something. Everyone, here's what I have to say to her. Everyone goes through bullshit. Everyone. Your bullshit may be different from my bullshit, but you still went through some. Everyone makes bad choices. It's a human condition. We make bad choices. And I made bad choices. You know, I I'm not blaming anybody but me, you know. And I've turned it around. Okay? I go to church on Sundays. Granted, COVID-19. So, my church is shut down, and maybe it's for the best. I'm kind of ticked off about it a little bit, you know. We're all adults enough, right? Like, we can work out staying away from each other and not touching and feeling everything in the fucking planet. You would think, but I guess not. I guess there are people out there that want to fucking touch everything and sneeze in their hand and shake your hand and, you know, take a piss and not wash their hands and then come touch on it or touch everything. So, we get sick. Who'd have thought? But I really enjoy going to church, you know. I've turned my life around. I'm more honest now. And I'm working on it. And I still bullshit, right? And it's ingrained in me from starting so young, having my dad kill himself. And then after the suicide, I shut down and I start this lying thing, trying to protect myself from any more hurt, right? And as a child, I was a child of 16. I didn't understand what was going on, so it was like a coping mechanism not to let anyone in. And then it just developed into this natural. I mean, there's been times where even just something stupid, something like, "Oh, did you go to the store?" I'm like, "Nope." And I just went. Like, I know I went to the store. I just got fucking back. But I'd be like, "No, I didn't go. Whatever." And it was just so natural. And I'm trying to get out of that. I'm not trying. I'm getting out of that. 35 years old. I put my foot down and I had the realization that I don't want to be that man. Because I'm not. I work so hard. I'm not going to say harder than most people, but honestly, I work harder than most people. I mean, honestly. I'm all over the map. You know, I work my ass off. I stay up late. I get up early. I'm good to my wife. I will work all day long, come home, take a shower, and lay down in that fucking bed and rub her back. I'm good to that woman. Because she's good to me. And I'm her husband. And that's what she deserves from me. You know, I'm running a business right now. And in the middle of my day, because my wife has to work right now and COVID-19's got the schools shut down, I'm also dealing with my kids. And I don't know how I do it some days, but I balance it like a champion. You know, I deal with my kids and I deal with getting my monstrous 10-mile long to-do list every day done. You know, and I'm proud of myself, you know. But it all starts with honesty, man. I think that's really what it boils down to. It all really gets down to honesty. So if you're one of my customers, okay, and you want to research me and Austin Elite Renovations, which is the umbrella corporation, I guess you could call it, and there's going to be a lot of subsidiary companies, and one of them is Austin Elite HVAC. Just got the license. We're just cranking up. My business partner Justin and I, we're doing it, man. I mean, we're full force. We got investment, and we are rocking and rolling. We are gearing up for summer of 2020. It's gonna be a good thing. So, if you're one of my customers and you look and you stumble across my name and my YouTube channel and you jump on these Reality with 3D, here's what I got to say. All right. I'm not apologetic for anything. I went through some horrific stuff. I did. And it I'm not going to say skewed, but it messed up my way of thinking. It really did. It got me where I wasn't in a good place before. And I knew it. You know, I've been doing heating and air conditioning now, and I've been a master technician for the last 10 years. I think maybe even 15 years. I've been doing air conditioning for 17 years. So I'd say I've been a master at my trade for the last 10 years. And I had people many and many a times ask me, man, I don't understand why you don't open your own company and all that. Because I wasn't ready. And I knew it. Because of my addictions, or because of this, or because of my making bad choices, or not being um, spiritually sound, not being right. And I'm telling you now, at 35 years old, I'm better now than I ever have been. I know, really know what right and wrong is. I really know how to check myself and make sure I'm making the right decisions. And integrity and honesty is everything to me. If you don't have integrity and honesty, you don't need to run your own business. And that's just what it is. If you're not worried about your integrity, if you're not making the right choices, even when no one's looking, you don't need to have your own thing. But I do. And I'm in such a good place now that I'm seeing this, like, I guess, a paradigm shift in society right now. People are hungry for someone that will just take care of them. Just be honest. Service industry and mechanics and people like us, man, we have the worst reputation. And very well so. I mean, they're bullshitters. And they're scam artists. And, they're just out here to get you. And everybody's got a front and a sales pitch. Not me, baby. That's where I'm different. That's where I'm setting myself apart from everyone else. I'm going to take care of people now. Because that's what I was built for by God. My Creator built me to protect and take care of people. And that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm doing. Being brutally honest. Being open. Shit is what it is. Okay? That's just what it is. Okay? If you got a bad capacitor on your unit and it's going to be $350 to change that capacitor out, that's just what it is. But I will not come out and try to sell someone something they don't need. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to tell someone that they need a UV light and they don't suffer from allergies or they don't have an issue that causes them to need that UV light just for an upsell, I'm just not going to do it. And I'm not going to be the cheapest guy in town either. And I promise you one thing. My customers and my clients will tell anyone after the end of 2020, all right, after the end of the hot season of 2020, they will be abuzz with Austin Elite. Because I'm planning some big things. It's a change in how things are being done. It's a change in having a company you can call and truly rely on, all right? I'm not coming to your house. I'm not going to say, hold on, because I was fixing to say, I don't want you to take it wrong, all right? Listen to my words. I'm coming professional, because I am a professional. But I'm not coming with that professional company man thing, all right? I'm coming as Kevin. And anybody that works for me is going to come the same way. Or they're not going to work for me. Period. We're here to help people. Especially with air conditioning, okay? I live in Austin, Texas. And let me tell you, it's hot in Texas. Even if you're not, I'm 35. When it's sweltering outside, I can't breathe when it's hot. So I know if you're elderly or if you're a young parent and you've got little babies, like it's life or death, man. And you need me. I'm going to tell you right now. If you're a young family, a young couple, and you've got babies, and you're working paycheck to paycheck, or even if you're not working a paycheck, maybe you're living good, but you still got children, so you've got better things you could be spending your money on than air conditioning. All of us do. Let's be honest. Even millionaires. Like, everybody's got something more important they could do with themselves. I would rather save, even if you got millions, I would rather do a better job at a fair price and take care of you and give you specifically build a personalized plan specifically catered to what you need. And then you take that money that you would have spent on a shyster that's trying to sell you something and give it to a charity. Feed the homeless. You know? Something. Anyway, I don't mean to rant. Alright, but this is my life right now. I'm opening a business. I have a past. And it's a rough past. You know? When I got in my motorcycle accident in 2010 and the doctors hooked me into prescription pain medication, and I got addicted to opiates. So I'm a recovered addict, and I've been through a lot. But that doesn't mean that I'm a bad person, and I'm going to prove it to everyone right now. I'm going to change this, flipping the script for everything in my life, man. You know, taking my behind the church. Now let me tell you about that too, because a lot of people, be careful, don't talk about that. I don't want to talk about God, oh my God. But I'll tell you how I feel about it. Do I agree with everything they say? No, I don't. I'm going to be honest. I do consider myself a Christian, but I consider myself a Christian. Do I believe that Jesus died and then rose again? I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't speak, I've learned now, I don't speak on things that I don't know about. I speak on what I feel and what I know. And what I feel deep down in the bottom of my gut or in the bottom of my heart, I know that's real. And so I'll speak on that. I call myself a Christian because Jesus Christ was someone that I look up to. He was a man that lived on this earth till he was in his 30s. All right? And he turned the other cheek, and he cared for people, and he did what he could to help, and he gave, and he gave his life. Just trying to help people change. And that's powerful stuff. So if you want to, when I call myself a Christian, that's what I say. I'm modeling my life now after that man. And I could never be that good because I'm flawed. And he obviously was not flawed like me. Or maybe he was. Maybe the story got construed and, you got people that try to use it for their own progression and in their own agendas. So maybe it's been changed. But, I know that when I take my ass to church on Sundays, my life has just gotten better. When I'm honest and I help people, and when I go to church, when I put the work in, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, it gives it back to you. Take a lesson from me. Write it down in a journal. Look yourself in the mirror every day. It's something I've been doing recently, and it works. Look yourself in the mirror and tell you, you are awesome. I don't care what you've been through. The past is the past. You can't change it. What's that old saying? You can't cry over spilled milk. Why? Because it's already spilled. Clean it up. Look, clean it up. And get on the road and move on. That's right. You don't want people to look at you and say, all right, you've made bad mistakes in your life, all right? And you don't want people to look at you and define you by your past? Well, make a new future. The new past. Make that good. Make people look back and say, oh, no, not Kevin. I'm telling you, because I know, because that's what they're saying about me right now. Me. Poor Southern Louisiana raised, you know, back in the day, people, you could have considered me white trash running around with the crappy clothes that I was wearing with no shoes on in the mud or whatever situation I was in. You know, growing older, getting messed up in my head, lying to everyone, and that whole thing got attached to me. He's a liar. Can't believe anything he says. Then a motorcycle accident breaks out this character defect in me that, what, I'm an addict? What? What kid grows up and or says, well, that's what I want to be when I grow up, an addict? So then I got defined as an addict, a drug addict, alcoholic, whatever you want to call it, whatever they call you. No, that's not you, man. That's your stupid choices you're making at the moment. But change it. You can do it. You can do anything you want to do. Right? Or just be a piece of shit. I don't know. Who am I to tell anybody how to live their life, you know? I don't want to be known as anything negative, because those negative connotations or those negative definitions are not me. They were bad choices that I made, but it's not me. But I can't say it's not me if I don't prove it's not me. You understand? If I walk around just pissed off and negative all the time, oh, the whole world sucks and woe is me and everything happens to me and blame it on everybody else and blah, 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 my life's going to be negative. Nothing's going to go my way. It's always going to go bad. But if you're positive and you wake up in the morning, and the reason I say, and it sounds so stupid, in the first little while you do it, you know, the first few times, it's going to be, you're going to look at, you're going to say it in the mirror, like you take it serious, right? And you stand in front of the mirror and you're getting ready, and you brush your little teeth. I hope you brush your teeth. Brush your teeth. Anyway, and you wipe your face and you go and you look at yourself in the mirror. And you say, you know, you are great. You are awesome. You are powerful. And you are not, your past does not define you. And then you turn around and walk away. The first few times, you're going to be like, that's so stupid, you know. But keep doing it. Keep it up, man. Because one day, you're going to realize that it works. This shift happens in you. This shift happens in your energy. The way people greet you. The way you wake up in the morning. The way you interact with people. You know, one thing I realized is my tone of voice was always horribly wrong. I sounded, even if I wasn't upset, the way I responded to people when they wanted to talk to me was in a negative way. And so negativity just, and I didn't even realize it. I thought I was being fine, and I was like, man, nothing ever works out for me. Everybody is always treating me like I'm this asshole, you know? And it's just the way that I was responding to people and the way that I was talking to people and just the tone of my voice. And people were taking it wrong. And now I don't get that anymore. People that know me now, even if they know me for years, people that just met me now, they have no clue about my past. They can't. If I really told them, which if they find my YouTube video, reality in 3D, they're going to find real quick. They'll learn about it. And they're not going to be able to believe what they're hearing. Because I'm not that guy. And I'm not fake. It's not a fraudulent thing at all. It's true change. It's truly deep down in my heart. I knew who I was born and bred to be. I was meant to help people. You know why? Because I get ultimate satisfaction. Better than any drug, better than any alcohol, better than sex, it's better than sex. I know, it's a hard one, right? And I love sex, don't get me wrong. But it is. It's an amazing thing, man. You know, before I got to the point I'm at today in my heart, I never cared really about anybody. So I never found myself, like now I find myself ranting at people, and I don't mean to rant. And I just get emotional, especially if I care about you, and Happens quite often because when I'm finding out now I'm more opened up and I'm more honest and I care about people. I truly care about you and I don't even know you. And so I feel so driven about it. You know, I thought, like, I might have said it, I think I said it in episode 1. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to get in a group, men's group, or if I wanted to volunteer somewhere, or, you know, and I'm so busy, so I wanted to make sure it was something that I could do when I had time. And when you commit yourself in person like that to a group, and you can't just do it on your time, you have to make time, and making time is a very difficult thing for me. So I made this vlog, podcast, whatever. And I know I probably don't even know you, but I care about you. I feel for you. If you're hurting and you're in pain, I'm sorry you're going through that, man, and I'm here for you. I am. And I want to be here for you, you know. I wish somebody would have said that to me. Just saying those words to me, I'm here for you, and not just saying, really fucking meaning it. I'm here, man. You know, because it's not about money or wealth. I don't need a fucking hug. I need to relate. And I never had anybody but myself that I could relate to like that, you know. And so I talk to myself a lot. And I still do that. But I hope that you don't have to walk through life feeling that like I have. Like you just got no one to relate to. Because I'm right here, man. And I give a shit. And we in it together, man. This thing called life. I used to call it the shithole existence, you know, all negative connotations or whatever you want to say, you know, just always negative. And now life is so beautiful, man. Even just little things, you know, just a certain color. Bear with me, you know, stay with me now. I know it sounds stupid, but all right, for instance, all right, my new house is up on a hill. We're at the top of the hill. And I know my driveway's like slanted like this, but the hill goes like this in front of my house, okay? Check this out. See that water running down there? I sat for like 30 minutes when I first got home earlier in my truck. Shut my truck off, and I was just fixing to get out, and out of the corner of my eye, I noticed this water just trickling by. And just this warmest feeling came over me. It just made me happy, like joy, you know? But it's just fucking rainwater draining down a concrete sidewalk because of the angle of my neighborhood, my street. I don't know. I hope you get at what I'm trying to give out, because my point is everything will change. You will see things different. Your brain literally just resets itself for happiness, you know? Start accepting people. I like that movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey. It's a lot like that. It is, you know? If you start saying yes more opportunities come across, you know? If you start being positive, more and more positive things are going to happen. And that's absolutely a fact. I'm a human, all right? I still get upset. I still get in my whole ass feelings. You know, nobody's fucking perfect. I curse like a damn sailor. But life is so good. I'm so happy. I have a stream in my front yard. God is good to me every day. You know, look at this life that I'm living. I just bought my first house. My wife and I have never, we have. I keep saying that, but I need to stop saying that we've never been this good, because we've been really good, but we're so good. And we bitch and bicker because we're married. That's what you do. To me, if you don't bitch and bicker, that means you don't care. But our love, you know, we bitch and bigger all day long. And as soon as I lay down in the bed next to that little woman, just the love, man, just the peace, and it's so beautiful. I never thought I'd get this. I never thought I'd have it like this, man. And whether it's, you know, if I feel there is a God, but if I'm wrong, because I am only human and who knows, right? Whatever it is that has given me these blessings, and I'm going to call them blessings because that's what absolutely they are. I'm going to say God because I feel it. I feel it and I know it in my heart. Deep in my stomach and my soul, I know God is real and God is good and God has got my back, man. But you got to put in to get out, you know. I prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed when I was younger. And I even got to where I was so bad in my addiction, I started denouncing God. I was like, man, ain't no God. Like, I done prayed, ain't never answered my damn prayers and blah, 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 negative, negative, shit, shit, shit. But it was me. I was doing it to myself. You know, God, we are all God, right? God is everything. Now, if you don't believe, if you're not a Christian or you're not Muslim or you're not Buddhist and you not have that higher power you're looking at, think about it as energy. Because it is. It's the same thing. It's a different word, same concept, okay? Forget all the bureaucracy, right? Forget all the church and the words and all that shit. Just forget about all that. Think about it very baseline. We are all energy, right? If I wave my hand, it takes energy to move that. It takes energy to pump my heart. If you put my head into an MRI with a certain software, every thought that I have is like a lightning bolt going across my head. It's all energy. All right? When, I forget, I guess I was about 24 or 25. My stepdad is a professor of psychology. Got involved with this imaging center in North Austin where they were working with the soldiers at Fort Hood in Killeen, Texas, dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. And they had created a software, this really, really famous brain doctor. I don't know her name, and I wish I did because she was a very sweet lady. But they had this software, so when they laid me down the MRI, there's this little screen right here in front of my face, right? I'm laying like this in the screen. And it would show me a picture of a puppy. Then it would show me a picture of 100 people in a field dead, bleeding guts everywhere. Then they would show me a picture of a sunset. And then they would show me a picture of people riding the streets and a guy like blood squirting out his neck. And what it was doing, and I went through that for like an hour. I was their test subject because of my dad and everything that happened. I'm sure I have post-traumatic stress disorder, even though I've never been technically diagnosed with it. I have a lot of the symptoms, so my stepdad said I'd been a perfect test subject. But anyway, so in this MRI, in this software, every thought that I had was electricity, and it was either blue for positive thoughts or red for negative thoughts. And it was true. Like, I saw it. That's something physical, right? Science, you could see it. You could see the electricity moving across my brain. It's wild. That the energy of life, call it God, call it the universe, it's all just energy. Put good energy out there and you will get good energy. It will all be blue and lovely. Be negative, steal from people and lie and cheat and be foul, and foul stuff is coming for you. It's just what it is, man. I have no problem getting on this YouTube video and really telling people my life, giving my life story. No problem at all. I'm happy to. I'm happy, and I hope it helps someone. I hope if you were dealing with similar situations that I do, you don't end up putting a gun in your mouth. or if you at that point where you're even contemplating getting to that point, follow me, man. Watch my videos. Because I'll do anything I can to help you. Don't go down that route, man. Flip the script, all right? Dig yourself out of self-pity. Why, as human beings, we love to feel horrible, I don't know. It's an addiction, just like a drug or an alcohol. We love to be miserable. We do. You got to beat that. And what you need to do is don't hinge your happiness on things or people or, just be fucking happy. No matter what's going on. No matter what. Even if a close relative just died, you can be sad, but don't be miserable. Why are you crying those tears? Because you're sad that they're gone? Force yourself to think positively about the wonderful things that they did. They must have done some wonderful things if you love them enough to be sad that they're gone. Focus on that. For every 10 negative thoughts you have, and if you're like me or like I was, you're going to think negatively a lot about everything, constantly. And it's the hardest thing to get rid of. It's a true addiction, misery. For every 10, you don't even have to count them. Every time you have a negative thought, force yourself to think of something that makes you really happy. A memory, whatever it is, I don't care. If it made you happy, think about it. Live it. I mean, really, don't just think about it. Live it inside. Like, take a moment, close your eyes if you have to, and really be there for a minute.